students. Today we are going to start our first chapter of civics of class 8, our Indian Constitution. All of you must have heard of this word constitution earlier also, because you are doing this topic constitution since your class 6th. So if we talk about, in a layman manner, okay, in a general term, constitution is a book of law in which everything is written about how country is going to be governed. But now all of you have grown up and you can understand the broader meaning of the things. Okay, so in this topic, our Indian Constitution, we are going to learn how our Constitution was prepared. Okay, why does a country need a constitution, and what are the special features of our constitution? Today we are just going to do the introduction of our constitution. Okay, now constitution, suppose all of you must be playing lot of games, maybe the cricket, football and all. Let's take the example of cricket, as cricket is a game in which we all are familiar. We Indians are crazy. We are crazy about the cricket. So what happens in the cricket? When the batsman hit the ball, then when the ball goes higher and higher, if the fielder catch the ball, then the umpire, then what happens? Then that batsman is out. But suppose if the batsman feel that no, before catching the ball has already touched the ground, then what will happen? There must be some kind of an argument, there must be some kind of a conflict between the two teams, isn't it? So in such circumstances, you must have seen that it is the umpire who takes the final decision. What will happen if people will not accept the decision of the umpire? Then instead of a game, it will turn into war. Everyone will start fighting instead of the enjoyment. We feel that it leads to ultimately the violence in the playground. So umpire is the person to whom everyone respects, and he is the person whose decision is final. So same role is played by the constitution. India is a country full of diversity. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, you can see the languages, the dress, the culture, the festivals. We are full of diversion, and of course when the people are from different backgrounds, people are from the different culture, they are having different aspirations, different expectations, and sometimes this leads to clash, and when there is a clash, there will be problem. So to sort out these kind of differences, constitution is created. So it is correct that constitution is a book of law which tells how the country is governed, but at the same time you must remember all the laws which are there. It was written by taking the consensus of each and every community. Okay, so let's start. What is the constitution? But students, many times in the exam it comes, who made the Indian Constitution? And you all write Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. No. You must remember the constitution was made by the Constituent Assembly. What is assembly? You go to the morning assembly, isn't it? So, every morning when you come to the school, when we are having regular days, schooling days, you go to the assembly. Assembly is a place where assembly is a group of people who joins together to do something constructive, something positive. Same, the Constituent Assembly was created to make the Constitution of India. And in your class 8, you are going to read about the modern Indian history. When you will read the modern Indian history, you will read about how India became the colony of the Britishers. So India was the earlier, before 1947, we were the colony of the Britishers. During that time, the Indian National Congress raised the demand for making of the Indian Constitution and the creation of the Constituent Assembly. This demand was made in the year 1934, and finally it was implemented in November 1946. Okay? So we can say that in the November elections were conducted and the representatives were elected from throughout the India. Now these representatives, approximately around 299, what they did, they sat together and they started the meeting after doing debates and discussions what should be our country would be like after the independence. And they started to work from December 1946, and finally our constitution was completed on 26 November 1949, and therefore we celebrate 26 November as our Constitution Day also. Okay, now two people's name we must remember. When all the peoples were equally important, but two I think we must know. One is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. First, of course, he was from our Bihar, and he was the only person who became the president of India twice, and he was also the president of the Constituent Assembly. And another one is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee, and being the chairman, his job was the most challenging, to listen to everyone, to take out the summary, to take out the gist of each and every discussion and put it in the constitution. It was the most difficult task, and therefore he is known as the father of Indian constitution. So you must remember that the constitution was prepared by the Constituent Assembly. The president of the Constituent Assembly was Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and the father of Indian constitution is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Why? Because he was the chairman of the drafting committee. Okay, now let's come to the first topic of our chapter. Why do we need the constitution? It is not like that. The constitution is, you will find the constitution only in a democratic countries. You can see the constitution even in a dictatorship country, even in the monarchical country. Constitution may and may not be there in these kind of a country, but it is sure that in all the democratic countries you will find the constitution. Now, why there is a need to have the constitution? First and the most important, it tells us about the fundamental nature of our society. What as a citizen we aspire to live. You know, like right now you are young, you must be thinking about becoming an IAS, maybe you wanted to become an actor, maybe you want to become a player, sports person, whatever you want to become in your life. But for achieving that, you must be doing some kind of a background work. Like if you want to become a doctor, you need to be very good in science. If you want to be an actor, then you must be very expressive, you must participate in the school dramas and all. So similarly, a country also aspires to become something. You know, our country, the founder of, or we can say the framers of our Indian constitution, they wanted our country where everyone should be equal, where everyone can live a dignified life. That kind of a country they wanted. So what we want to achieve, that is the first thing, that it tells about the fundamental nature of our society. India is a tolerant country. We are having different cultures, different religions. How to live together, how to cooperate with each other, how to adjust with each other, and how to achieve the sustainable development. Okay, the second one is very simple. It defines our political system, whether we are a democratic country or we are having the monarchical form of government or we are living in a dictatorship kind of a country. Okay, it defines our political system. And the last but not the least is it talks about the fundamental rights of its citizen. It talks about the fundamental rights, means those rights which nobody can take away from us. It is inalienable right. Like in our country, we are having 6 fundamental rights, and all the rights are such that no country can take away. Beta, you need to understand that India, in India is a country where there are minorities also, where there are oppressed, weaker sections of the society also. So to uplift everyone, to give everyone a fair chance, there are certain fundamental rights which nobody can take away. So that is another important reason why do we need to have the constitution, that is the fundamental rights to its citizens. Okay, so this was this introduction. Thank you. In the next topic we will cover more.